So, there are people who believe that consciousness is a physical parameter of the observable universe. Not only is it just as real as atoms, it is actually more fundamental than atoms. Some people believe that the universe as a whole is a living thing, and therefore the awareness that comes with a conscious individual is really just a small little piece, like a little scoop of the big substrate of consciousness that exists. And so I think the way that it works is like when you zoom in and you get to the Planck length where the physics break down, it's a layered system. At the core is consciousness. Surrounding consciousness is physics. Surrounding physics is thoughts and ideas, or maybe somewhere in that mix is like, hallucinations and visions and stuff. So I think that science isn't really going to provide the answer that people want. And a lot of people are wondering because they sense something, what it is. And to me, it's just something much like life, but our bodies don't really interact with it. They do in the way that we can sense it, but we can't see it, but we know it's there. Something esoteric, and for me, things either line up to show you that the universe is alive, or you can purposefully try to test that theory yourself. And reputable people throughout history have believed that at the smallest level, but what I'm saying is at the ground foundational level. And that might even only be in a paradigm that is part of the whole absolution, because 14 billion years, that's nothing compared to infinity. So now we'll put down the scientific aspect and ask ourselves, what is consciousness? Because if it is more fundamental, if it is fundamental to the universe, this changes our theories on what death is. This changes our theories on what the human brain does as far as consciousness is concerned. And this affects our theories about psychedelics. The other day, I happened to be standing in a position that allowed me to look down at my phone without barely moving at all and see that the sun was reflecting in the part of the phone screen that is cracked in such a way that it created this hyperdescent looking orb that was shining out of my phone. It almost looked like a hologram. And when the parts of the system line up like that, I think those are signs that are showing you that the participant and the universe go hand in hand. It's a symbiosis. So they can either, happen or be catalyzed by the individual. But a possibility is that outside of these bodies that are at the center of physics, we, in our true forms, are sort of just like looking into a little lens, a little miniature version of consciousness, which is actually everywhere in the cosmos and probably beyond, before time even was a concept.